Hello everyone. Okay, so we were doing the chapter number 4 of our class 8 history, that is tribals, Dikus, and the vision of the golden age. So we were on this topic, forest laws and their impact. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to cover this whole topic. And if you got any doubts, any confusions, then please mention in the comment box. I'll answer your all doubts, all queries related to this chapter or to this topic ASAP. Okay. So, without wasting time, let's begin this topic. So, forest laws and their impact. So, what were the forest laws made by the Britishers, and what was the impact over the people, means over the tribal people, over the people living in the forest, means tribal people. Okay. So, Britishers simply declared, first thing they did, they declared all the forest land as their state property. As their state property. So, what is state property here refers to? So basically, it is kind of government property. At that time, government was of Britishers, so they mentioned it as a government property. It is totally owned by the government. And they also what they did on the basis of timber, on the behalf of timber, means on the basis of good timber or maximum timber from the forest that can the forests that can produce the maximum timber, they declared those forests as the reserve forests. Okay, remember, they declared those forests as the reserved forests here. Now the next thing they do after doing declaring the state property. So if it is a state property, there would be some restrictions and rules also, but Britishers made so many restrictions, so many rules that one tribal people pick, can't even take the fruit from a tree by its own, from his own freedom. Okay, so for that even they have to ask the Britishers or the whatever watchman secretary they have kept for the forests. Then they can have the fruits or the vegetables or any vegetation from the forest. All right. So this in this process, Britishers simply limitized the freedom of tribals. They limitized from each and every way. Okay. Now coming to the next paragraph, that is once the British stopped. But once British stopped tribals to leave the forest. They wanted tribals to leave the forest. They wanted them to stop jhum cultivation or to stop shifting cultivation. But tribals don't want to do this. So the colonial officials, mean British officials, what they did, they took out the midway between the tribals and the Britishers, so that uh, no one will be benefited, or no one will be privileged, or no one will be unbenefited or unprivileged. Okay, so they put a condition here. In the last paragraph, it tells about the condition. What is the condition? The condition is either tribals live in the forest with so many restrictions, or they have their own land, but only if they will provide labor to the forest department and take care of forest. So why the thing is, in the second paragraph it tells about why Britishers stopped them. Why? What is the reason behind this? The reason was that forest department needed labor. Forest department needed labor to cut trees for railway sleepers and to transport logs. So what are railway sleepers? Railway sleeper, here the term is mentioned, the horizontal planks of wood on which railway lines are laid. Okay, so as if you will ever if you have ever gone to the railway station, so you will see there are the railway track is made up of iron planks. So in the earlier times those planks were of wood. Okay, so that is why they need timber and they need to cut trees for the wood. So for railway sleepers and to transport logs, to cut trees and to transport logs, they need labor. Forest department needed labor, and forest department gonna take the labor from the tribals. So what they did, they said that if you want to live like as you were living before in the forest with so many restrictions, or you want to live with freedom on your own land, you will be provided a small patch of land, and over that you can cultivate your land or you can do anything you want to do. But in spite of that, you have to also take care of the forests and provide labor to the forest department. You have to provide the labor to the forest department. So this condition was there, and a lot of people also agreed to this and a lot of didn't. So in many regions, in the forest department established forest villages to ensure a regular supply of cheap labor. And what kind of labor it was? It kind of cheap labor, because the labor was provided to the forest department, and they give really low wages to those labor people. Okay, so this was all about in this paragraph. I hope you got it. And if you got, as I have already told you, if you got any doubt, anything, then please mention in the comment box. Okay, so this was it. In the next video, I'm going to share the next topic, and I'll explain it. All right, bye, have a good day.